What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are reviewing Jordan Peele's latest film, Nope. And I have to say I think I'm enjoying the process of dissecting and analysing this film a lot more than I did the process of actually watching it. I think it's definitely his weakest film so far. I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10. I think the film is still good, and while I think there is, as much to unpack as the other films, I don't think the actual story and film as a package gripped me and just evoked things in me enough. I think that's partly a character problem. I think a lot of the characters in the film felt more like caricatures than fully formed, multi-dimensional, beings. I think the two lead performances are fine. I think it's mainly the supporting cast. You've got the kind of comedic sidekick, and then you've got this really kind of eccentric artist character who's, willing to do anything to get the perfect image that at times borders on being parody, which could again be the point based on a couple of things that I think the film might be about. But yeah, ultimately I just didn't really connect with any of the characters. I think Keke Palmer was probably the only one you kind of cling to throughout. I think Daniel Kaluuya, although he delivers a very kind of stoic, understated performance, he doesn't give you enough to kind of think, I care about this character, I want you to make it through it. This film is definitely not a horror film. It's kind of shocking in a couple of places, but I don't think there is a kind of perpetual sense of dread. I did read one review that said Nope does for the sky what Jaws did for the ocean, and I think that's total rubbish. I don't think horror is the point here. I think it's more of a question of the unknown, and that can be a bit unsettling, but I don't think this ever strays into borderline horror, especially not as effectively as his other films. I loved Us, and I think Lupita Nyong'o absolutely sold the horror in that film. Her acting was just honestly awards worthy. I think she was phenomenal in the role, and I think the benefit of having a kind of human character be the villain enables it to be a bit more emotionally kind of powerful. Whereas having this kind of unknown thing in the sky doesn't really work at the same level of scare and suspense. Without giving spoilers, what do I think the film is about? I think the film is about surveillance, our perpetual need to capture and contain and entrap, our own greediness and desire to kind of strip freedom from other things coming back to haunt us. I think it's a very allegorical film, like all of Jordan Peele's films have been, and it is open to a lot of dissection, so I might be completely barking up the wrong tree and someone else might have it bang on. Jordan Peele himself has said that he wanted this film to be a bit more of a spectacle coming out of the COVID times. It was built on the premise of not having cinema available to us at the time, so he did want it to be a bit more of a visual feast. And it definitely is. I think the colours pop. The vast setting really works well with the kind of sense of dread that they're trying to establish. And there's a couple of really good kind of like Western moments that just feel quite badass, which is quite rare for his films. But overall, I think I just felt a bit flat when I came out of the cinema, and I've enjoyed it more retrospectively rather than as an actual cinematic experience. But as a piece of film, I think it was good, not great. But would be keen to hear your thoughts. Please drop a comment below and let me know any agreements, disagreements. Please also consider liking and subscribing to my channel, guys. That is always a huge help. But in the meantime, really thank you for watching, and we'll see you for the next vid.